good, you guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. It is I, your girl Talita, known as well as Talita Cutie, as I'm bringing you story time spices. Not only that, but also mini vlogs, guys, of a stay-at-home wife and a mom of one. Yes, guys, so please stay tuned. Guys, I used to have a YouTube channel, and then in my journey of pregnancy, I then just cut it off, and then just, so I want to start over again. I want to get into the groove again. So this is now officially my YouTube page. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, subscription is totally free. So please, guys, do this for me. Do this for the channel to grow, and we'll totally be a family. Please do help me, guys, to grow by actually subscribing. Yes, guys, without wasting time, let us get into the story. Yes, guys, I got a little something for me so that I can tell out the juicy stories. I know you've seen by the subtitle. I know you've seen by the thumbnail. So yes, guys, let us just get into it. Okay, so I was like 5 months pregnant and yeah, guys, this happened. I think it was in September. So me and my fiance back then, we just wanted to visit a relative. Yes, we wanted to visit a relative, and then it was on a Sunday, so we decided to visit on a relative, and the relative stayed in Durban. Not in Durban, but we had to go through Durban. Okay, fine. So we decided to go. So the journey going, it wasn't that much traumatic, it wasn't that much hectic. So we actually went, right, and everything was fine, and then we stayed there. I think we got there, I think around 12, right? So this is how much we didn't have time there, but we actually wanted to stay because it was very nice, right? But then as time went on, I got a feeling that no, man, my fiance actually want us to stay in here, like want us to do a sleepover. And I was 5 months pregnant, guys. I didn't want to do any sleepovers anyway. I just wanted to go home where I feel comfortable at. So yes, guys, so at this moment in time, I was like, I think it was around 3, as I was persisting, like, it's time to go home, let's go home. And he was having fun, guys, and I couldn't take that out away from him. So I waited, right, after complaining, like, let's go home, around 3 o'clock. And then at around 4:30, I then I told him again, like, let's go home. And I knew very well, he also knew very well, that the taxis to go to where we stay, they end at like around 6, right? So I had a feeling like this guy well, my guy actually wanted us to do a sleepover here. So nevertheless, I think it was around 5:30. That's when he was like, okay, let us go home. But I knew very well, like, it would take us time, probably we wouldn't get any taxis, but I kept on persisting, no, let us go home. Yes, guys, so we actually managed to get a taxi from where our relative stays to Durban, inside Durban city town. Okay, so when we were now in Durban, we had to board a taxi that would take us from Durban to where we stay. So there were 2 options now. We had to go through Pinetown. Through Pinetown, it was going to be Pinetown, from Durban to Pinetown, and then Pinetown to home. And then there was another option whereby we bought a taxi that was going to take us straight home. So at this point, I'm pregnant, I'm tired, I don't want anything. All I want is just to go home. I was like to him, I'm not going to take the Pinetown route. I want to take from Durban straight to home route. And then he was like, no, probably Pinetown to home is it's gone, like probably there's no taxis anymore. And I'm like, let us go there and see, guys. So we went there, right? Let me just take a sip. Yeah, so we went there, right, guys? We went there to see if the taxis were still there. Guys, didn't we get a shock of our lives? So I think it was a minute past 6 or something like that. And then we literally saw the rank manager there, and then he was like, the last taxi just went now, just took off now. Can you imagine? That's when all hell loose breaks. So guys, I'm going to take a sip for every time when it's getting spicy. Okay, so that's when all hell loose breaks, guys. So I was pregnant, heavily pregnant, 5 months pregnant in. So I looked there where the taxis actually like stand, and then I started crying, guys. I started crying like a baby. That's when everything started. So I started crying, not knowing what to do, where to go, what to even. Yay! So I started crying, right? And then he saw that I was crying. So the first time he was like, "No, Talita, T, it's fine. We can go and check on the Pinetown taxi routes if the taxis are still there." But I started crying, guys, because one thing that I wanted was to go home. I didn't want to go anywhere. I wanted to go home. So taking the Pinetown route, yo, it was the worst thing ever. Okay, so I started crying. But then the sweetest thing that he would do, he would like hold my hand every time we crossed the road, guys. So I started crying like a baby, but he hold my hand there, and then he crossed the road with me. Fine, we crossed the road, and then we were going now to see if the Pinetown taxis were still there. We went there, guys, and then I think they were left like two people, exactly two people to get in so that the taxi can go. So we went there, and then we asked the rank manager if it is okay for us to get in so that if we can take the Pinetown taxi from Pinetown, then we can go where we stay. And then the manager was like, "Yo, your taxi is probably by now," because I think it was 7:30 or 7:15. Because I took time crying there. I took time crying, not knowing what to do. So I think it was around 7:15, right? And then the ring manager said, "Your taxis, guys, they finished at 7. So getting inside the taxi, the Pinetown taxi, you probably get inside there, get into Pinetown, and then get robbed because it will be totally dark, and because your taxis won't be there anymore, and there won't be any any way you can do this. The only way that you can do this is you can go back where you were." Yo, guys, mind you, I told you guys I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to go and sleep anywhere. I wanted to sleep at home where I felt comfortable, where I knew very well like I'm okay, nah, I'm okay. But when I heard the ring manager saying that to me, oh, it started again. I started crying the second time now. I started crying. Guys, I cried like a baby, ne? I cried, and then now I was traumatized, but I was traumatizing also my fiance there. It started, and then my fiance came to me, and then he was like, "T, we have to make a decision. It's either we're getting into this taxi or we're going back where we were." Yo, I didn't even want to hear those words, guys. I don't know, guys. My pregnancy was something else. All I wanted to hear was, "There's a taxi that will take you home, or we're going home," or something like that. Yo, I cried. I think I cried for 30 minutes standing there. And he was talking. I didn't even hear what he was saying. I couldn't even hear what he was saying just because he was just talking. And all I was thinking, I wanted to sleep. I wanted to go home. I don't know, guys, but I didn't want to go at people's places, crash there and stuff like that. No, I wanted to just go home. So after that, I was like, my mind wasn't there anymore. And then he started walking. He's like, "It's either you're coming." Now we had to go and see if the taxis from Durban to the relative place are still there. So So we had to walk now. So now I'm walking, but I'm not thinking, I'm not seeing the road, I'm just following him. Okay, so I'm just following him, and then we went there, and then we saw that the taxis were no more. There were no more taxis, and I think now it was around 7:30, 7:30 to 8, and it was dark now. Yo, guys, when we saw that the taxis were not there, he was now frustrated. He was now like traumatized by me crying. Because you can imagine, guys, a big lady just crying, you know. So I was just crying. So he's probably traumatized and all that. So after that, guys, we then decided, you know what, on our way back from checking if the taxis were still there, then decided, he was the one who decided that let's rather take an Uber. Let's rather take an Uber. Mind you, guys, as I told you before, I didn't want to hear going at people's places, Mina. I wanted to sleep at my own bed, okay? So at this point, I'm like, no, man, no. So just following him. So I followed him, and then, as I said, the sweetest thing that he was doing, he was like holding my hand when crossing the road, guys. So at this point, we were crossing the road, and then, you know, there's where you can actually stand before you cross another road. So when we crossed the first road, and then he let go of my hand, he was thinking that I'll cross again with him the other road. Did I do that? I stood there and I started crying. Now this is the third time me crying. Yo, guys, my pregnancy. I started crying, guys. I cried. Now he was at the other side of the road, and then he was watching me from the other side of the road. And I just started crying. Now I have realized, no, now we're going to the relative place. Now we're actually taking an Uber there. Yo, guys, I was crying my eyes out. Okay, so this was the third time me crying, right? So he was like, T, what's going on? Please cross the road. You know? And then I just stood there looking at him, crying. And I was like, T, can you please cross the road? Please cross the road. What will people think? People will think that I'm kidnapping you or something. What he was saying, it was going through this ear and out of this ear. Because all I needed was to go home, shame. My pregnancy didn't want anything else. It wanted to go home. That's why I was just crying. So after that, guys, he crossed the road again. He had to grab my hand, and then he had to pull me. Guys, a whole big lady, he had to pull me to cross the road. So we crossed the road, right? After crossing the road, he said, Talita, please stop what you're doing. Please stop all these dramas that you're doing. Guys, did I stop? Did I stop? So we crossed the road, right? And he's like, okay, fine. So maybe you guys are asking yourselves, like, why didn't we do an Uber to go back home? So the thing was, like, all the vendors, they were not there, and we wanted to buy airtime. And where we were, there were no like shops or something like that. And apparently we had to when we crossed the road, there was KFC, right at the side of the road. There was KFC, and then he was like, T, I know we don't have airtime. We had cash, like we had money, but it was transport money for us to go back. But there was like a little bit that was left, like an extra. Okay, so after that, it's like, maybe if we go to KFC and ask if they actually sell airtime. So we had to go to he had to go to KFC. I was like, nah, I'm standing here. And then he's like, Talita, there are paras outside there. Okay, there are paras outside there. You can get mugged, you can get robbed, you can a lot can happen to you. I'm like, I want to stand here. So fine. And then he went inside, and then do they sell airtime? Meanwhile, outside KFC, I was like, there was a stoop, right? There was a stoop, ne? I was sitting there on the stoop, guys. I was literally down. I sat down on the stoop because, like, I was tired. Like, this up and down thing, I was really tired. I couldn't handle it anymore. So I had to sit down. So I sat down, guys. I sat down, and then I took out my phone. I took out my phone, guys. Like, knowing very well that Durban is very risky, né? Like, you can get mugged. Like, a lot can happen to you. But I took out my phone. Like, I just wanted to see time. I sent a message to my mom, like a WhatsApp message, and all that. And you'd even think that I had data or something like that. I didn't. I just wanted something to actually distract me. So I took out my phone, and then I started scrolling, going to WhatsApp and stuff like that. And then I think he noticed me. When he was in KFC, he noticed me. And then he came out. He's like, Talita, are you okay? You know you can get mugged. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool. And then he's like, if you want to do anything, go and sit inside KFC, right? So I had to go inside KFC and sit down, but within like 5 minutes they said like, no, we're closing, so can you actually go out? So we went out, and then I think he had called someone, and then that person actually did an Uber for us. So the Uber was actually coming to get us. Guys, please don't mind the rain. I'm sorry. Please just don't mind the rain. Yeah. So that person actually did an Uber for us, and yeah. So at this point, when he told me that an Uber is actually coming to get us, I was like, why didn't you tell that person to actually do an Uber for us to go home? Why did you tell the person? And then he was like, an Uber for us to go home, it would be expenses and stuff like that. It's better for us to go and sleep there, and then in the morning we'll go. And I'm like, yo. So now we're outside just because KFC closed. And then I said where I was sitting the last time, right? And now the paras were like all over me. But I didn't mind that. I didn't mind anything. All I wanted was to go home. And then I just looked at the places. In my mind, I was like thinking, you know what, we could actually just think there were actually people now, like they had this card boxes, they were putting them down, actually sleeping, and I'm just thinking like, other people are doing it, we could actually just do it also. But hey, I don't know, my mind, my pregnancy was doing some things. But anyway, after that we were told that and then after that he was like, see, let's go. This place that you are sitting at is not okay. This place that you are sitting at, there are a lot of pirates, there are a lot of people that could mug us, then it's very dangerous. Let's go. And then I started crying. Now this is the 4th time I started crying now. I then started crying for the fact that he's saying that where I'm sitting and where I'm standing is not good. He wanted me. I started crying. I cried, guys, I cried. And then he was like, see, now people are going to think like I'm harassing you, I'm abusing you, or I'm doing something to you. Please stop crying, let us go. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Mind you, we were waiting for an Uber. And then he's like, see, if you continue doing what you're doing, I'm going to leave you here. He did that, guys. He actually left me. And then he started walking. He walked, he started walking and going, right? I didn't mind anything. My mind was settled on actually getting one of the card box and actually sleeping there. And I'll see what to do tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we are near where the taxis are. I can actually go home very fast. Yo, guys, so he went, and then 20 minutes, 30 minutes later, that's when I saw him coming. And then he's like, T, the Uber, like, T, the Uber is right here. There's the Uber. It was a red Uber, guys. If I had the plate, I would say it. Take note, guys. If I had the plate, I would actually say it, because the Uber did us dirty. Okay, so fine. So probably, guys, my fiance was tired. He was traumatized. He was everything, guys. Everything was going on for him. Okay, so after that, guys, that's when he came 20 minutes later. He was like, there's the Uber, let's go home. And then, guys, I just went inside the Uber. I wasn't okay, but I had to, just because I wasn't going to stay in the Durban streets. But anyways, my mind was actually vouching for that. But then yeah, my body wasn't there. Okay, fine. So we went inside. Then the Uber actually took us from Durban to where the relative stays. But then when we were there, like when we arrived, the Uber said that it was, I think, around 80 rand. Mind you, guys, that we could have bought airtime. We had 200 rands, right? But that's 200 rand, it was for both of us to actually go back home. So when we arrived, the Uber said it was 80 rand. So then my fiance actually gave the 200 rands to the Uber driver, and then he went outside so that they could talk or give him the change through the driver's window. And then I was already outside, guys. I was already outside, tired and stuff like that. And what happened, guys? What happened after that, guys? The Uber actually drove off with our 200 rand. The whole 200 rand. He closed the window, drove off. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And then my fiance started running after the Uber. He started running after the Uber. I started crying now. I started crying, like really crying now, because the money that was supposed, or the money that is supposed to take us home is now gone. The whole of the money now. Even I cannot go back alone just because the money is gone. I started crying, guys, screaming. And then he started running towards the Uber, to the Uber. Guys, that was the worst day. So now this was the 5th time of me crying, actually crying. Actually came out, they came out and they was like, what's up? They were like, what's happening? What's happening? Why are you crying? And then he was loud now, like, I don't even want to talk about it. And Talita is just giving me stress. And I was just there crying. And then, guys, it was a whole mess. But yeah, guys, hey, this is the story time. This is what actually happened. And then bottom line, like at the end of the day, we ended up like sleeping there, and then in the morning it wasn't so bad. I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed a little sleepover. And then in the morning they gave us money to actually go and go back home. So it wasn't that bad, hey. So we actually went back home, and yeah, everything was fine. So yeah, guys, this is the story time. My pregnancy went took me through hell. like I was just a cry baby throughout the whole of my pregnancy, and I have more exciting stories of me actually crying being a help to my fiance. But I feel like he's actually like very strong, hey, just because the whole of my pregnancy I was just crying. I was just a cry baby. But I have more spicy stories, and I have more nice stories for you to tell you. So please guys, don't forget to subscribe. I love you so much. And yes guys, let's grow a family together. Let's go grow a community. And just feel free guys to comment what you can. And yeah guys, love you.